Hi, and welcome to a new moon edition of Happy Hour 1111. This is your host, Dr. Millie. And the reason that I wanted to do this special new moon recording is because there's a lot of energy going on this week. There's a big turnover into new energy. And I just wanted to pull a couple of different cards from decks that I have been wanting to incorporate, and I hadn't really been sure how to do that. So I'm going to pull cards today for a special new moon reading. One deck is called Wisdom of the Hidden Realms guidebook, and it's also from Colette Baron-Reid. She's the author, developer of the deck that I usually use for how to be healthy in the mind this week. And so we still do have our energies that are standing from this week, which is a lot of connecting to our soulmate, a lot of grounding with our root chakra, the color red, a lot of thinking very clearly and logically about your steps, and the physical card was about ancestors. And another thing that I did want to say about that, because what came up for me after I did that reading was that we are not defined by what our ancestors have done. So even though we do bring the ancestors in with us and we are a continuation of them, we do have the ability to end that. And so that came to me, unfortunately, after the reading was over, because it was a full moon completion card. And then I pulled a second one to clarify, which was ancestors. And so we really do. Many of us have connections to ancestors that are not serving us anymore in this new era and in this new ascension that we're trying to develop. So even though we're moving on and continuing a legacy that we, if there's a legacy we feel proud of and it's our mission, then that's fine. But it's also to say that you don't have to do that. This is an opportunity to break those energies. So the new moon energy for Wisdom of the Hidden Realms is the Lady of the Mirror. This is card number 44. It's an 8. And this energy is good through Monday, maybe even Tuesday. So the next reading I do will probably be on Monday night instead of Sunday this week, because this is going to last us all the way. Today's the 15th. Then it will last us through the 17th, which is the new moon day, and then into the 19th. And of course it will last for the entire month, but that's when the energies are the strongest. And if you want to do a new moon ritual, then the ritual would be most powerful if you were to do them on any of those days, even not necessarily the new moon day, the day prior or day following, but it's really starting now. So this card number 44, I am just going to read this like a meditation, like normal, and I believe that this is the last card in the deck. It is. This is the last card in the deck. It's the Lady of the Mirror, reflection, non-judgment, ally/challenger. The Lady of the Mirror is both ally and challenger, asking you to see yourself in the mirror made by the events in your life. She represents the powerful force of the law of attraction and reminds you that you are what you attract. This isn't to say that you need to blame yourself for inviting transgressions, or if you find yourself a victim of a big picture event, say a war. This is a distorted interpretation of this law. Certain events are fated to test our faith. Rather, find yourself within the web woven through your life, your relationships, opportunities, desires, seeming failures, and successes. Observe how you've responded to life's challenges, great and small, and be aware of what is familiar in the present. Release all judgment and accept things exactly as they are with love. The Lady of the Mirror asks that you honor every part of your story as essential to your highest unfolding. Can you see yourself as being exactly where you need to be on your path? Do you love what you see in the mirror? Can you perceive your part in your reactions and the motives behind your current inquiry? You will find your answers in a thorough and honest self-appraisal. And from a personal perspective, I see these, whoops, I just dropped a deck of cards. I see these playing out in my life in many facets, but at this time of my life, I'm seeing it playing out financially, because I can see that patterns that patterns that I had to squander and maybe waste money and overspend has been in my history. And then I suffer from, not having enough or being stressed out about money. And I'm making big efforts to change that and to budget myself and keep myself on a budget and not waste money, thinking, oh, it's not going to matter, it's going to come back to me, so it doesn't, and that's true too. But I do see that I've been on a kind of a bad cycle with money. And the other area, of course, is relationships, especially with one's twin flame. My twin flame did ask me out last night, and he always forgets my birthday, but he used his intuition and he asked me out for the weekend, which is days in advance, which he does not normally do at all. I don't know if he's ever done that. And the energy between us is very good. Now I'm going to spend the weekend with somebody else, and I know that this is the right thing, and I know that my body is going to protect me and to do what's best for me. So I'm just trusting it all, that I'm moving towards better treatment and not taking bad treatment in the name of love. And then the other thing I'm still figuring out, I think, is dynamics with family. And so, and just dynamics with myself, with boundaries. And so those are the main reflection challenge issues that I'm dealing with. And so I do ask you to assess yourself. And of course, those are big themes in everybody's life, but I ask you to assess that in yourself and the details. And so the other deck that I'm using, and that deck is very interesting because it's the wisdom of the hidden realms. And so it's really looking to the occult. It's really looking to the not seen, the unseen. And that's why I think it's really interesting to pull this deck at this time when the energies are turning over to such an extent, such old energies are ending, such new energies are beginning. And this is all within your own freedom of will to make these decisions, to see where conclusions are happening, where rightful conclusions are happening, and see where rightful, so that you can have a rightful beginning. And of course, there's always opportunities for these. This is not the only time, but this is a good time if you feel like it's properly, let's say, cooked, right? To quote Agatha. Okay, the second card that I've drawn is from the deck, the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. And I have not used this deck before, and the card that I drew is number 4. So we have 3 4s, which is a 12. That makes a 3 or a 4. So we've got newness and being prepared for newness, and we've also got stability in the themes for numerology this week. And so card number 4 is obviously near the beginning of the deck. And the card that I drew is Happy Family. And so this is the energy for the new moon. It's closeness, fun, and caring. So the rainbow over this happy family portends a time of joy and celebration. Close connections are available, so don't overlook the fun and frivolity that a friend or family experience can bring. The value you find in a truly loving relative or friend brings a higher vibration to your life force. You may be distracted or busy, but remember to put this part of your life in the forefront of your priorities. If you're single, finding this card in your spread could indicate a potential meeting and perhaps relationship with someone who has children from a previous marriage. This ready-made family might bring some challenges, but it could be your destiny in this lifetime. This card may also simply dignify a celebration coming up, such as a wedding, anniversary, or birthday party. So enjoy. Well, today is my birthday, and I am going to spend the weekend with somebody who has a family. And I'm not sure if it's part of that destiny. I'm on my destiny in this life. I'm keeping it open. And so, how does this fit to you? The other thing that I can say is that I got a beautiful birthday card from my mother yesterday. I just got it last night when I got home around 11 p.m. and it really moved me. It was referred to how I was as a little girl. And I'm even getting emotional just talking about it because it's it's nice to be able to look back and see how somebody, your mother sees you or saw you as a little girl, how she appreciated you. And so today's full of gifts for me. So forgive me for this being a little bit more about me, but it is about you. I'm just sharing with you. I feel like sharing today. So if you do not relate to this happy family card, and of course we can see both sides. We can see what happiness we have and make sure you go out and get that during this new moon period. But also, if you're suffering from an unhappy family, when the happy family card is reversed, for instance, it indicates a separation of emotional distance from family members or close friends. This disconnect may be from your family of origin, such as your parents or siblings, or it may be that something is standing between you and your present family members, whether it be your children or your spouse. There could be some hostilities that need to be worked out, or perhaps some fences that need to be mended. Communication and patience may be called for here, so let your intuition be your guide. Remember, real healing starts when you choose to become your own loving parent, sibling, spouse, friend, or child. The lesson in every relationship is self-honoring, and sometimes the karma is just to let go. And so I had pulled this card in reverse, and so, but it doesn't mean that it's reverse. It means what it is for you and how you I feel it when you hear the meanings. And of course, you might feel both meanings. But this aspect of letting go is really important. I just want to point this out because the aspect of letting go is creating a natural ending. And this needs to be created. We can't hang on to what is or what has been for fear that we won't get it again. We need to be brave and to let go, especially in a twin flame situation. And I heard a really nice reading the other day talking about this and how those of us who have not let go, those of the twin flame community who have not let go, are delaying the beauty and the love that's coming to them out of fear. And so this is the process as being divine feminine. And the divine masculine has to do this as well, but we have to do it first generally. And so, I just want to put that out there. The affirmation for this card, the meditation for this card is, I open myself to a new and deeper experience of family, and I am ready to see greater happiness there. I know that I am the loving family that I need. I open myself to a new and deeper experience of family, and I am ready to see greater happiness there. I know that I am the loving family that I need. And I truly wish and pray for you that this resounds, and I believe it does for many of you. And I appreciate you tuning in to this happy new moon in Virgo reading, and I wish you much love, much family, much self-reflection, and love.